LA Knight is a wrestler, model, YouTuber, megastar. The fans are thirsty, dare I say dehydrated for that LA Knight push. Hashtag we want LA Knight, they say. Well, hashtag we want Ryback too, but life ain't always that nice. So let's talk about this big change coming to LA Knight's WWE career, along with the new member for Heyman's Sugar Boys, fortunate Liv Morgan situation, and the commentary. Hey, welcome everybody back to Greatness of Wrestling, your favorite wrestling show. So, ever since LA Knight left NXT, he was always a part of SmackDown. And he had a great run. He had a decent run. He was recruiting models. What we thinking? Yeah, I think he likes it. He also became a two-time United States champion, but he hit the ceiling on SmackDown. In my humble, honest opinion. He held the Midcard Championship, he ain't beating Cena. Some people are saying he is. Turn off that universe mode, your PlayStation is overheating. Realistically, there's nothing left to do for LA Knight on Friday Night SmackDown. Well, WrestleVotes Radio was told that more than a handful of people in WWE are pushing for LA Knight to be moved over to the Raw roster, where his presence on Netflix could be seen as a refreshing change. I agree with this initial statement, if true. We haven't seen him on Raw except for a couple of segments. Monday Night Raw has the Intercontinental Championship, which is already a nice change, a change of scenery, you might say. Add to his, presence, his credibility, another championship. Really wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight as the Intercontinental Champion. Look at that granny mug. Look, he's feuding with Seth Rollins right now. He should already be on Monday Night Raw, even without the draft. Make him switch brands. We have seen it before. You can have Nick Aldis and Big Balls Adam just talk about it. Make a switch. Make a switcheroonie, make a trade. They get along just fine, and we get LA Knight on Monday Night Raw. As a matter of fact, he should demand that shit. I wanna be on Raw, yeah, because I wanna beat the shit out of Seth Rollins. It just simply makes sense. But what about long term? What about long term, great one, you stupid idiot? Well, listen to me. Listen to me right now, because the World Championship is on Monday Night Raw, currently held by Gunther, till Goldberg beats him. Don't dislike this video. I'm just kidding. If LA Knight is going to become a champion in the WWE, a world champione, it's gonna be the World Championship. This is just another point why he should switch brands, and I'm so happy it's finally happening. I've been thinking about it since he's in a rivalry with Heyman's Sugar Boys. We could get a pretty cool storyline out of it. We already have some sort of an alliance. Sami Zayn, CM Punk, all of these guys facing the Rollins faction, which might add new members. I'm going to talk about that in a second. LA Knight being with these kind of talent, with Punk, with Sami, with Jay, I think it's great. I think he should be in that alliance. Eventually, that should probably lead to War Games. And look, even if LA Knight doesn't become a champion, even if we don't actually even need that, I think it just works out for the best. He's over, he's in a rivalry against Rollins, he should be on the brand where everybody is feuding with Heyman's Sugar Boys. I made this name as a joke, but it just clicked. But it just slips off your tongue. Now you might be saying, well, the great one, you keep talking about LA Knight. Well, I like him. He's one of my faves right now. A lot of people keep saying, well, LA Knight is overrated. Look at this, Michael. This guy is out of his fucking mind. I wish I could explain in very simple terms how I view professional wrestling. I don't know if I can. Look, first of all, he's a good wrestler. These allegations need to stop. A match against Jacob, a match against AJ, against Logan, Crown Jewel, triple threat match. But all of that doesn't even matter as much as the fact that he has the presence. He has that aura. He has that character absolutely nailed. You might say copycat of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Good. He's still very different. He gives you a vibe of an Attitude Era wrestler. He has the catchphrases, but it's not annoying. He's very likable. If you haven't seen my previous video, I pretty much explained to you how, if you look at the vast majority of faces of the company, biggest heels, biggest babyface ever in professional wrestling, very rare that you're going to find this flippy wrestler who's doing this crazy ass shit. It's all about characters. If you watch WWE and you only care about in-ring, I'm sorry to tell you, man, you ain't watching the right company. Like, WWE was always about characters, and it's crazy how, if you actually say, well, I like that, when you say you like that WWE is basically soap opera, you're getting roasted. I keep wondering why. Isn't that the whole point in a scripted world of professional wrestling. Let me know in the comments below, do you want to see LA Knight on Monday Night Raw? Paul Heyman's faction is a big part of Monday Night Raw right now. According to bodyslam.net, there have been pitches in WWE to add Ethan Page and Ricky Saints to Seth Rollins' new stable on Raw. So I think it's going to be either one of these. Now, I've been thinking about it. For whatever reason, I see Ricky Saints fit in a little bit more. He's just so different than everybody else, right? Like, I'm trying to picture this faction, and I can see him as Heyman Sugar Boy so well. I wouldn't be mad about either scenario, honestly, both are great talent, but initially these are my first reactions. Ricky Saints, I can just see it. And it's good because I feel like this faction does need new members. A fucking name. Give them a fucking name. But the Brawns are very similar. Not only they sound the same, they play a very similar role in the faction. They're both big guys, strong guys. Ooh. We need that, how do I put this? The Randy Orton, young Randy Orton of we need that bitch boy. You know what I mean? We need that charismatic, very confident. I can already see Carmelo Hayes in that position. I can see Austin Theory, but I gave up on that idea. Austin ain't joining, he's getting buried. I keep hearing this, that Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins don't really have a lot of chemistry. I didn't even think about that, but you kind of have a point. They barely interact. That is the biggest mistake. They joined, and it's, I don't know how to put this, Lesnar and Heyman. It just felt right. Roman Reigns and Heyman. Maybe it's going to take time. But so far, I'm not feeling the chemistry between the two individuals. Now, we shouldn't compare it to the Bloodline yet. Somebody in the comments made a great point, like, dude, the Bloodline has been around for like 59 years in the WWE at this point, right? Ever since 2020, I believe. So we should give it time. Do I personally believe it's going to be anything close? Nah. As much as I like Seth Rollins, I hate to say he doesn't have the aura of Roman Reigns. And also Roman had something special. They were literally family. It just simply made sense. Then you add Sami Zayn, who's a goofball, but you want him to be a part of this I don't think WWE will be able to replicate that. Another reason why the Bloodline was so perfect is because it was a serious faction, yet it had so many hilarious moments, intentionally or not. It was basically everything you literally need in a faction. There's this lack of change in the WWE, I feel like. You know, they're not really doing shit. I think eventually it's going to happen once Seth Rollins wins the championship. Braun and Braun's son are going to win championships, either mid-card championships or the tag team championships. I think eventually we'll get there. It's just gonna take time. And what we learn, people? What have we learned, my beautiful, sexy beasts? We learned that patience is important in wrestling. Sometimes it plays off, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. Now, if you watched Raw, you probably saw this very short match where Liv Morgan unfortunately got injured. I watched the replay, and yeah, the shoulder is all sorts of effed up. Like, it looks crazy. Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer expects that Liv Morgan will be out of action for 6 months or more as a result of the shoulder surgery she needs after being injured on Raw. So that is already horrible, but we'll get to that. I might have a hot take. WrestleWars Radio was told that WWE ripped up its plans for Evolution 2 and is essentially starting from scratch due to Liv Morgan's shoulder injury. Liv was planned for an important tag team match at the event, and there will be ripple effects on the rest of the card as WWE adjusts its creative plans. Well, that's obvious, but people, we learned anytime something bad happens in the WWE, they strike gold. They actually work their asses off and give us something 100 times better. It's crazy. You know, unfortunately, leads to some very fortunate things in the WWE now. Don't get me wrong, nothing to celebrate. I feel horrible for Liv Morgan, especially considering it's Evolution 2, women's premium live event. Liv Morgan being such a big part of the women's division. Look. Well, I hope I don't have these kind of people in my community. Liv stan, Rhea stan. You know, these fucking losers on X. Don't be that. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're above the age of 16 and you're stan, don't do that. Objectively speaking, Liv Morgan was a huge part of WWE. I feel horrible she's not gonna be a part of this event. With that being said, I think it's going to be great for her career. I think people are going to miss her. She's gonna come back stronger than ever. History repeats itself, people. Rhea Ripley left the WWE, also due to injury, and Dom got to, well, for a lack of a better word, smash other women. So here's what's gonna happen. It's already happening, literally. Dom got a new girl. Liv comes back, as a babyface, gigantic pop, as unfortunate as it is, as much as I hate it. I think long term it's actually going to be great for Liv Morgan. Finally, we saw Corey Graves on Monday Night Raw. Pro Wrestling Insider says Corey Graves was well received on Monday Night Raw this week, and he is back to being in good standing with the company after his NXT commentary issues. Now, of course, the debate is going to be fire Pat, keep Corey, and fire Pat, but keep Corey. Don't do that. Here's the thing. Pat can't always be in the WWE, so the switcheroony is good. It makes sense. Good commentary nonetheless. I say keep them both. I think they're both great. Pat adds something to the product nobody else ever did. Whether you like it or not, I know he's annoying sometimes. For the most part, I enjoy his work. He can be unintentionally funny sometimes, which is pretty hilarious. Now, when it comes to Corey Graves, I kinda understand why he was mad. Like, a lot of people are saying, well, you should be appreciative, but it's like he didn't do nothing wrong. When you're doing a great job on the flagship show, and they're telling you, well, you're no longer doing that. This NXT thing. Want to be on NXT? Obviously, he should have probably looked at it as an opportunity, as WWE showing trust that he can, come up to these new names and actually tell a good story. But we as people have feelings. We have feelings, we get mad, and I totally understand why, something like this could piss you off. But people, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Check out more of these videos. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.